It's Direct News with Mike Odyssey. It's Direct News with Mike Odyssey. It's Direct News with Mike Odyssey.
Welcome to another Direct News with your host, Mike Odyssey. We are live and it's, what time is it? It's 5:17 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday the 4th of it's not January, it's February. It's March. So welcome everyone to another session of Direct News. I am your host, Mike Odyssey, and today we have a lot of news to talk about into today's show. I'd like to go ahead and start the show right away, get the news out of the way. That way, those of you who are watching pre-recorded can enjoy the news on the front. I want to give a huge shout out to everybody who is here live right now watching us on this live stream for Direct News. I am your host, Mike Odyssey, and today we have some news for you. We're going to go ahead and do a roundup. I call it a rapid fire roundup of Nintendo news, and of course we will talk about our big major event conversation speculation type of topic, which is Nintendo's plan. And we're talking about Nintendo Direct. We're talking about that next 3D Mario. There's a lot of buzz out there about whether Nintendo will reveal the new 3D Mario very, very soon. We'll go into Pokemon Poptopia and so much more. So stay tuned. If you're here right now, sign in, say I am here by hitting that like button down below, which helps the stream, helps the channel. I want to thank you guys because the last live stream, we hit a new high, a new record high on not only but live watchers, but also host live watchers, people who are watching afterwards. So I want to thank every one of you here for just making this your Nintendo news here with Direct News. You know that I bring you guys the news directly to you, like direct to you. And of course, everything grounded, everything down to earth, no heebie-jeebies. And I want to make sure that I set the right expectation and give you guys the right information the entire time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our rapid fire news for today. Let's go ahead and start with a recap of our, let me get here, our Indie World Showcase. Let me go ahead and get the right layout here. That's not it. That's not the right layout. Here, Indie World Showcase, which happened a couple of days ago now, 2 days ago, I think it was, right? Was it yesterday? I don't remember when it was. Was it yesterday or the day before? We got Indie World Showcase. Just a little recap here because I want to point out something here. This, to me, was one of the best Indie World Showcases I've ever seen in a long time. Not only did Nintendo do a great job curating the show, right, picking the games out there, right, but also the developers who were involved in this Indie World Showcase just literally killed it. They did an amazing job on all these amazing games. I ended the Indie World Showcase with a list this big of games that I wanted to get. And the most surprising part of it all is that it was only 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, I have never felt more satisfied with the Indie Direct and felt more than sometimes with a full-on first-party Nintendo Direct, where you get to 1-2 titles maybe, and then that's it. These full 15 minutes were full of amazing titles and games that are coming to Nintendo Switch or on the way or are there right now that I highly recommend you guys jump into. And they had a little bit for everyone, which was fantastic. Fantastic. I gave this Nintendo Direct Indie Showcase an A. I do have an A+, but I gave this Indie Showcase an A. And here are just a couple of titles that were announced in the indie world. We have Rotwood. We also have Blueprints. By the way, Blueprints is a really cool game, which is making the rounds right now. Blueprints is actually trending. It's this type of game. Let's see. It says, welcome to Mount Holly, a particular manor, and every room changes. So basically, it's like first party type of pretend like you're playing Resident Evil, but without all the gore and all the zombies. So you have to really work your way into this mansion and find your way out by discovering clues and a whole bunch of other stuff. I heard that this game is also going to be have a physical cartridge, full game on cartridge on Nintendo Switch 2, which is also very, very cool. Then we have Blighted from Drinkwood. I think it's Blighted from Drinkbox Studios. We also have this one, the Blighted one. Amazing animation, crazy graphics, and just it looks scary, mysterious, and awesome at the same time. We have Mini Shoot Adventures, Dead Zone, which is kind of like a Call of Duty type of game on Nintendo Switch 2. It's the first one that I see coming to Nintendo Switch 2. It beat Battlefield and Call of Duty because we're still waiting on those games. But so far, an indie company stood up and gave us Dead Zone Rogue, which I'm gonna pick up that game. We also have Den's Shack Attack or Den's Shatak. Den's Attack? I think that's the word. Den's Attack from Fireshine Games. Mixtape. Oh my god, Mixtape wasn't also Mixtape from Beethoven and Dinosaur and okay, this is a long name to pronounce. And Perna Interactive. We have My Little Puppy, which is a heartwarming journey of a little puppy who passed over to the other side and is on his way to heaven. We have Moonlighter 2. We got Indie Mania alumni Woodo making the rounds in an Indie Direct and making a big splash because people are talking about Woodo. We also have Heave Ho 2. We got the Midnight Walk. We also have another Indie Mania alumni, Outbound. Really cool, glamorous camper game. It's an outdoor game. Also showed up in this Nintendo Direct. Unrail 2, Toem 2. We got Ratatan. We also got Inkanobi. Grave Seasons from Perfect Garbage and Blue House Game. These dev studios have the most creative names. The game is called Grave Studios. The maker, Perfect Garbage and Blumhouse Games. That's just hilarious. But yeah, I mean, Nintendo did a fantastic job. If you want to relive this, of course, they have the Indie World Showcase on their Nintendo YouTube channel. You can also go and visit our Indie World Showcase on our channel. Which, by the way, is doing pretty well. People are still watching, leaving comments on our live stream, and so Indie World Showcase was a great showcase. I was just so happy at the end of it. I didn't want any more or any less. It was just perfect, and I love it. I'm so happy for every indie developer in the showcase, and I'm looking forward to the next one. All right, next up, we have news with Ubisoft, which confirms Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is in development. So we have a new Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. I mean, Resynced means it's probably going to be an upgrade, you know? And I can't really say much about whether it's going to be on Switch 2 or not, because I am a partner with Ubisoft. They do provide me games and free codes, and I also have access to what they show me at the end, NDA stuff. So I really can't comment too much on it, on whether it's coming to Switch 2 or not. But if it is, you'll find out here first. So make sure to subscribe for that. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is in development for Ubisoft. Next up, we have Sir Ben Kingsley has landed a key role in Sonic 4, which is awesome. Sonic the movie 4, I think it's coming out next year, same year as the Legend of Zelda live action movie. We have Ben Kingsley. This is one of my favorite actors. I just recently saw a show with him called Wonder Man on Disney Plus. And this guy is just an incredible actor. He also played the Mandarin in the Iron Man, which he did an amazing job. This guy is hilarious also. So I'm happy to see him make the rounds over to Sonic 4, the movie. So hope you guys are, are into Sonic the movie. And then, yeah, you can watch Ben Kingsley just kill it there as well. All right, we have Bandai Namco set to announce an RPG this week. This is tomorrow, happening tomorrow. I'll be live streaming here at 8 p.m. It's 8 p.m. Eastern time. And so I'll be live streaming this Bandai Namco announcement. Let's see here. It says here, Bandai Namco has announced that it plans to reveal a new RPG in the company that has been working on this week. The announcement from the company will come on Thursday, the 5th of March, which is tomorrow, okay? At 3 p.m. Pacific time. And this is 3 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. UK. The reveal will be broadcast on YouTube. We'll find out, because this I heard a different time. It says 3 p.m. Pacific time, which makes it 5 p.m. for us, which falls on within our show. But I'll find out at the exact time, and you guys know once I post the live stream up for this. We'll be live streaming to this. If you guys didn't know, Nintendo bought some studios from Bandai Namco, and Nintendo also owns part of Bandai Namco. So who knows whether this action adventure, which they show a teaser trailer of an action warrior with a shield that resembled Link's shield, but of course the shield had a different emblem on it. But what they showed was like a person from behind, and he had a shield, like an actual knight shield. And hopefully, I'm pulling for maybe another Zelda-esque title, because really there's nothing like Zelda out there right now when it comes to, these type of action adventure games. So hopefully Bandai Namco is going that route. So tomorrow we'll be live streaming it here on the channel. See what Bandai Namco has in store. But the teaser trailer looks good. It's just a couple of seconds. They show nothing on it, but it looks interesting. And so tomorrow we will be finding out what Bandai Namco has in store for us. All right, let's move on to another news, but this is gonna be different. I want to talk about Nintendo Switch sales, but I want to do it in a different way, right? Instead of just kind of telling you the sales, I want to show you the sales. Let's go ahead and switch to here. Let's make sure that this is connected well, because there is a massive amount of sales going on Nintendo Switch right now, Nintendo Switch 2, that I want to take you through. And I think that I don't know what's happening right now, but the sales that are appearing on the eShop are just incredible. They're just nuts. And I want to go ahead and make sure that this is properly kind of showing there. And showing our Switch. There you go. So let's go ahead and go over to the eShop. Yes, I am playing 2K26. These are all the titles that I'm currently playing. If you were wondering, what is Mike playing right now? Well, I'm playing 2K26. I'm on the way to getting my championship. I recently played, for the first time, by the way, I recently played Splatoon, the story part, not the multiplayer. Animal Crossing, of course, Virtual Boy, a lot of NSO, Final Fantasy, more NSO, Escape Ever After, which, by the way, if you like Paper Mario, this is amazing. Of course, I have to have my Zelda. Mario Kart World is in there too, and then yeah, these are my recent games that I've been playing recently. If you're interested in knowing that, let's go ahead and go to the eShop, because this is where the news begins. Nintendo is having massive sales on the eShop right now, and I think it's the best time to catch those games you've been waiting for. Let's see here. First things first, on the featured page, we can see here the top sales. Let's see if we can get the best deals, best sellers. All right, so I'm only going to mention the top 5 games on the eShop right now. Top 5 games: number 1, Pokemon Poptopia, as you can see there. Number 2, Resident Evil Requiem. Number 3, number 3 and 4, 2 and 3 are both Resident Evil games. Number 4, we got Mario Tennis Fever. Number 5, Fallout 4, and number 6, Pokemon Legends ZA. Those are the top 6 games on the Nintendo Switch eShop right now. Now with the deals, now Nintendo's having a massive deal here. A lot of these games are just crazy on sale, and you can tell by the price. Let me go ahead and just gonna bring my screen a little closer here, because I'm a little blind. But here we have games that are, this one right here is $29. It's now $19. We have Skyrim on sale. Split Fiction is also on sale. Hello Kitty is on sale. Stray is another one that is on sale. FC 26 from $60 all the way to $23. That's 60% off. We have My Sims is on sale. If you've been wanting to get that game on sale, it's only $20 right now. We have a collection with Crash and Spyro on sale as well. Ninja Turtles Twisted Fate from $32 to $8, 75% off on Twisted Fate. Ninja Turtles, the Switch 2 edition. Spyro is also on sale. Diablo is on sale. Mortal Kombat 1 also on sale for $9.99, which is insane. I'm telling you guys, like this is nuts. I went through this earlier today, and it was hard to get through it because you want to buy everything. We have Crash here. And so there's a lot of titles here that are on sale. I suggest you guys go through here and look at different games. Outer Worlds, there's just so many games that are on sale right now. Tony Hawk, and so on. So I recommend you guys head to the eShop right now and check out these amazing titles that are on sale right now. Let me just make sure that this thing is working well here quickly. All right. I think it is. Okay, there we go. So besides Nintendo Switch, there's also another system here that I want to promote on the channel. Let me go ahead and just come back over here. There's also another platform that I highly recommend on the channel, and you guys know that I'm going to start covering more. And I'm talking about Steam. Talking about the Steam. All right. Right now, I purchased this recently. This is the Legion S Go Steam edition. Just because, of course, I can tell you that 100% of indie games are on Steam. Not only that, but Steam is where you can find the craziest sales. Okay. PlayStation puts games on Steam. Xbox puts games on Steam. Every indie developer puts games on Steam. I think Nintendo is the only one who doesn't put games on Steam. But man, that's why I kind of want to go over to Steam and Nintendo, cover Nintendo and Steam, because when I cover both, it's like I'm covering PC, I'm covering Steam games, and I'm covering Nintendo as well. And so let me take you over to the Steam shops just to give you an idea of the crazy titles and the crazy sales that I don't know how they get away with it. I'm guessing Steam doesn't charge as much when it comes to the fee they take away from developers, which can explain why the games are so cheap. But let me go ahead and get right here. So here, I actually have to control it over here. This is a game that I've been playing, Sunset Hills. That's why it's on there. Sunset Hills is definitely one of my favorite. Let me go ahead and get this first here, because I think I'm covering. Move myself, make myself a little shorter, and put myself in the corner here. That way I'm not covering it. And so, all right, update, perfect. Okay, so here I am on my Steam Deck. Let's go to the store. This is not Steam Deck. This is the Legion Go, but it's running Steam OS, which is basically what Steam Deck is running. Okay, right away you can see here Blueprints. This is the game that was on the Nintendo Direct Indie Showcase. Let's go ahead here. All right, let me go ahead and quickly just bring the screen a little closer to me. But right away, you can see here, this is the Steam Deck. This is the Steam area here where you can see all these amazing games. The first thing you're going to see here is just games at $3.99, $2. Flight Simulator from Microsoft is on sale here. And so I really highly recommend you visit the Steam website. We have Celeste only $4.99 right here on sale. $4.99 for Celeste on Steam. Undertale, Megabonk. There are just so many titles here. And of course, you can select from the title that you like based on the genre you play. Let me go ahead. Get this more accessible for me a little bit here. But here we have the Steam store. I wonder if they have like the sale thing here. Specials. So we go to specials. And I guess you have a list here of all the games that are on sale. But man, there are crazy sales on Steam. Look at this. Tom Clancy's The Division 2. $2.99. That's insane. $2.99 for The Division 2. That's crazy. Okay, this game, if you're gonna buy this game on Xbox, or if you're gonna buy the game this game is not on Switch, by the way. If you're gonna buy it on Xbox, if you're gonna buy it on PlayStation, then you're gonna spend about maybe $40 to $50. $40 if it's on sale, 50 and up, right? And I think Ubisoft is still giving us a lot of updates for The Division 2. So continue here down here with more games on sale for Steam. I mean, again, Steam is where you go for game discovery and for sales. Okay, game discovery and for sales. They have games that are current. They have games that from indie developers that maybe you've never heard of, but you might fall in love with their games. And so I highly recommend you guys check out the Steam store. The cool thing about the Steam store is that you can download the Steam app on your PC. If you have a PC that can run at least basic games, then you can go ahead and download the Steam app, and some of the games, it'll tell you whether that game will run on your PC. If not, you can purchase yourself. You can get a Steam Deck, which is basically the same price or less than a Switch 2. If you buy a Steam Deck, it's less than Switch 2. And Steam Deck has three. If you go on Steam, they also have the Steam Deck refurbished, which you can find the Steam Deck as low as $299. They have the Steam Deck OLED as well, right? And then of course, the Legion Go S is, I think, the next system that offers Steam OS, and will not be the last one. It will not be the last one, right? If you are a big gamer and you like to buy more powerful systems, then you know that the Steam machine is going to release very, very soon. And I'm telling you guys, Steam is the sleeping giant. They've been slowly growing and growing and growing. And the minute they get into the console market with that Steam machine, they are already getting into the Steam into the handheld market with the Steam Deck and the Legion Go. Think about this. Think about the best way I can put it is think about Apple. Apple is like Nintendo. They're closed. They're closed. They are first party. They don't share their OS with anybody. And then think about Android. Android is so massive, and you can find Android on so many devices. And so in essence, the Google Play Store is bigger than the iOS store. And I was an Apple employee because of the number of devices that run Android, right? Think about Steam as the Android in the gaming industry. All right. Right now, there's a Steam OS. There's a Steam Deck. Now we have the Legion Go. You can expect other consoles to come up, and maybe we'll get either a smaller home console that runs Steam OS. We have those little mini PCs on Amazon. You can also buy. They're made for gaming. They have Ryzen 7, and they only cost about $200. You can buy those and play Steam games a little higher, and then adjust the resolution or whatever so that the game can run well. But I'm telling you, folks, Steam OS right now is just gearing up to take over, and I want you guys to get on the floor, right? Because it's a great way to also support your indie developer on Steam. You can wishlist your game. You'll always find the Steam link to their website. They have their own pages with their games and everything. And yeah, that is that for when it comes to Steam, indie games, and everything else. Support indie games and support indie devs. All right, so with that is the rapid fire news. Let's go ahead and get into the main topic of today's video, which is Nintendo, the future of Nintendo, the 3D Mario thing, the Nintendo Direct, and we'll talk about the future of it, right? First off, we have before we get into the Direct and the indie, before we get into the Nintendo Direct, the 3D Mario Day stuff, we have Pokemon Poptopia launching tomorrow? Is it tomorrow that's coming? Is the game coming out? It's Wednesday, comes out Thursday. Tomorrow, coming out tomorrow. Right now, there are games. There are people playing it on YouTube. So I recommend you guys, if you guys want to avoid spoilers, I already saw you guys on the chat, kind of warning everybody, avoid the spoilers for Pokemon Poptopia. This is the thing. I don't think that Pokemon Poptopia has many spoilers. Why? Because it's a sandbox game. Everybody plays it their very own way. It's a game that you are the one who guides the growth, the narrative, where you put things, how you plant things, how you craft things, right? How you go about it. The only thing that could basically be spoiled is the tutorial part at the beginning of the game. But once you get into it, you make it your own. You make it your own game, and nobody will play the game the same way. It's like when people were playing Tears of the Kingdom, right? And Tears of the Kingdom, it's an open world game. There's different ways of beating it. You can fuse and build contraptions. People use their own imagination on how to beat the game, and so when you look at gameplay, it's not the same as you looked at your own gameplay. It's not really, it doesn't feel like a spoiler. It feels like, oh, okay, he did this way. When I play, I'm going to do it this way. And so for Poptopia, yeah, there is some, maybe the introduction, the intro of the game, how did Ditto land on that area, all that stuff. If you want to avoid all that stuff, then you can. But eventually, there's going to be a point where it's not going to be considered spoiler because it's a sandbox game, right? And so I'm happy. I can't wait. Tomorrow is the launch day for Pokemon Poptopia. We're gonna be playing it here live. Of course, we'll be playing it here live. I'll try to do the demo. I mean the part where it's more like spoiler as in the tutorial area offline, and then I'll jump in once I have everything set up. That way, if you want to look at the gameplay, it's not like you're being spoiled. You're just looking at the way I play it, and of course, you're gonna play it your own way whenever you get the title of the game. Of course, multiplayer will play with the chat. It's gonna be fun. All right. Now, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and focus on today's top story. It has to do with the Nintendo Direct. Nintendo Direct, Nintendo Super Mario, okay? And that 3D Mario that right now everybody is trying to I don't know, will into existence, because as of yet we don't know what Nintendo has in store. And guess what, guys? I personally am never gonna tell you when it's coming or is soon, or I don't know. I can't tell you that, and I don't want to set the wrong expectation for you. All I know is what I see, and I can tell you, I can give you an educated guess, educated speculation. Meaning, what's educated speculation? Well, educated speculation is when you take Nintendo's history into account. You see what they've done in the past, and you look at patterns, and you predict what's going to happen. Okay, and so educated speculation is what I can give you. I'm never going to give you any type of leaks, because I don't have any sources, nor will I ever give you leaks if I had any. But educated speculation. Now, educated speculation is what I've done to offer information on X that has come to pass literally within a week. Okay, within a week. Educated speculation. And let me show you what I mean by this, because I just want to show you guys what I mean by it, and something that I did recently on X, which is educated speculation. Where is at the stage? Okay, so on X, I last week, the week before, let me go ahead and point out this right here. Okay, I'm always putting things like this on X. I do share patents, I do share trademarks that Nintendo has issued. For example, I discovered the trademark for Virtual Boy. The Virtual Boy trademark was updated or added a new one. I brought it up on X. I shared it. Hey, Nintendo might be bringing back Virtual Boy. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but they just renewed the trademark. And well, you have it. Nintendo did announce Virtual Boy only a week and a half after I announced the trademark for it. Okay, you guys know about, and people who have been following this channel for a while know about Alarmo, right? We covered the Nintendo clock about a year before it was released. We went over the patents, we broke it down. What can Nintendo do with this thing? And Alarmo came to be. Not only that, but we also, within the Nintendo Switch Live system, we also uncovered many Nintendo Switch 2 editions, even that detail. And I'm not a leaker. I just know how to read things, patents, trademarks, to a point where it makes it easy to kind of predict or kind of speculate what could be next. Okay, so this happened with Virtual Boy. This happened with the first titles that were on Virtual Boy. I posted also Nintendo could be working on, so let's go ahead and just go over my last educated speculative post, which was on February 27th. I said, I am not a leaker, but I can already tell you Nintendo is following a similar schedule to 2024, as seen in the image below. And when I mean a similar schedule, is a pattern, not specific dates, but pattern. Okay, as seen in the image below, right? So I said, this is what I said. So coming up next, this was the week before the Indie World Showcase was revealed. Coming up next, Indie World Showcase. I just said followed by a Direct in June. I'm having trouble seeing Nintendo announce a 3D Mario with only a couple of months leading to the release. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and show you here the image partner showcase in 2024. Nintendo did a partner showcase in February. We had a partner showcase in February, right? Then that followed by an indie world. I know Nintendo. The very next presentation. Forget about the actual the dates. Just look at the order of presentation. That's what I was referring to. Partner Direct. Up next, Indie World Showcase. Indie World Showcase just happened as I predicted here. And it was I'm not a leaker. I just analyze. You know, when you analyze patterns and you see what Nintendo is doing, you can kind of almost not predict, but kind of with a higher percentage of certainty, kind of tell you what Nintendo's going to do next, because it's, you know, companies do have patterns, and you can compare this to people who trade stocks, people who watch companies and they watch what companies do in order to buy and trade stocks. And so a lot of there are people who are professionals in analyzing company behavior, so that they know, oh, the stock is going to go up or go down, up or down. And so these analysts, they tell investors, okay, this is the company doing this. They've done this in the past. This is going to happen next. I suggest you do this. You buy this stock, you sell this stock, and so on. That's what analysts do in the financial district, right? In the marketing investing world. Here is a similar thing. You watch Nintendo's behavior, you see what they've done in the past. You kind of say, okay, hey, this doesn't look right, or this very much feels like this, right? The moment we didn't get a direct in February, I'm like, hey, yeah, this is not. I'm not seeing a direct in March. I'm seeing what I'm seeing is an Indie World Showcase coming up next, and then after that, we'll see the Nintendo Direct. You know, and so that's what we got. That's what we got. And like I said, I'm not a leaker. I don't claim to know everything, and that's the first thing you should know from a content creator you follow. Anybody who speaks like they really know everything is not really doesn't really know anything. You know, I raise my right hand. I don't know anything. I will promise to give you my educated speculation, and I will analyze to know to the very end, analyze and look at patterns and look at everything and try to offer you my speculation, right? I could have easily said, yes, I have an insider. They told me this was going to happen, and it happened, and people would have fell for it. I'm not like that. I don't like to deceive people, right? And sometimes that's what happens. We have analysts out there who can predict certain things, and they may claim to know somebody just to get some credibility, and then nothing happens, and well, they fall on their heads. But I am not that. I don't claim to know anything. I just like to analyze things, and I've always loved to analyze things. All my life, I'm a geek. I love puzzles, you know, and so with that, you guys already knowing my most recent kind of speculative, educated speculation. All right, I do have a track record with educated speculation that has come to pass. It has come, to fruition. And it's not that I'm a leaker. I just do educated speculation, right? Let's see here. Here we have another one. Okay, 3 new trademarks just appeared, and I'm 99% convinced. This is me. I'm 99% convinced that. All right, that 2 of these games, right? 2 games are going to be for Virtual Boy, Galactic Pinball and Teleboxer. And Nintendo, the very following week, they announced Galactic Pinball and Teleboxer, right? And so they, Dr. Mario Miracle Cure is still pending. I don't know if Nintendo's ever going to do something with that, if it's going to NSO or anything, but in that one, I just, possible 3DS port. That's what I put this. But I was almost 99% sure Galactic Pinball and Teleboxer were gonna make it to NSO, right? And so this is a whole bunch of other posts that I put here. This is the same exact one from before. Mario Clash. What happened today? Nintendo announced Mario Clash for Mario Day. You know, and so, by the way, my book is also out, 8-Bit Roast on Amazon. But here we have Mario Clash. Now, let's jump into the entire Nintendo. Let's go over to Nintendo. Let's go over to Nintendo here. Let's go over to Nintendo. And so, yep, we had the Indie World Showcase. It was phenomenal. Nintendo's advertising Metroid. We got some, this really cute Pokemon Poptopia animation here. Looks like it could be a wallpaper. We got this Indie World here. But then we have this post right here by Nintendo. Let me see if I can actually highlight it. We have this post by Nintendo. Well, you guys know Mario Clash, right? The trademark I just showed you, Mario Clash, is right there. Virtual Boy, okay? It's right there. Another one that's basically coming out soon. And so what Nintendo is doing here, these classic titles are coming to Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch on March 10th. What's March 10th? March 10th is Mario Day. It's Mario Day. So what they're doing here is already starting to set the expectation for Mario Day. Don't be surprised if this is the only thing they do for Mario Day. Why? The Mario movie is coming. Right now, there is nothing bigger for Nintendo at this precise moment than the Mario movie. That's their biggest event they have happening this very year, right? The Super Mario Galaxy movie is only weeks away. April 1st is the Galaxy movie. It's coming out very, very soon. And so it makes more sense for Nintendo to concentrate and focus on that, right? If there's any information that we have not yet heard of, for example, you guys know about that Star Fox rumor, or that Star Fox, people think it's Star Fox, that little person that was on the side. We don't know that yet. It's not clear. But if there were any other characters that Nintendo might want to save to closer to the event in order to drop a trailer and just literally blow everybody's mind away and just hit that last nail in the coffin in order to make Super Mario Galaxy movie highly successful, it'll be Mario Day, right? And so far, Nintendo has just started to set the expectation for Mario Day. Now they showed us what they have going for NSO, Virtual Boy, Game Boy Advance. I was personally expecting Nintendo to maybe release Mario Sunshine for GameCube, but it's not to say it's not going to happen. We'll have to wait. Mario Day is only like 6 days away. 6 days away, and so far the only thing we have confirmed for Mario Day is 2 games for Virtual Boy and 1 game for GBA, Game Boy Advance, which, by the way, is awesome. Mario versus Donkey Kong is great, and I want to play that game once I get the chance. But yeah, we got Mario Tennis, Mario Clash for Virtual Boy, and then we got Mario versus Donkey Kong. Okay, this is my latest post on that matter. Okay, and again, I don't claim to be right 100% of the time. All I'm telling you guys is it's speculative. Okay, speculative is just me saying, hey, this is what I believe could happen. I could be wrong, but just seeing Nintendo's pattern, and when I saw that Pokemon Winds and Waves was slated for 2027, and we are now in March. Nintendo normally gives us a year, 9 months to a year between showing you the first trailer of a major title and release. Nintendo will not announce a game in June when it comes as big as Mario, and then release it in July or September or August, or it's not going to happen. Nintendo does that for smaller titles. They give you a short release window because they want to make sure that as many people as possible know about the next big Mario before they release it. So there's always a window for Nintendo between teaser trailer for the next big Mario and release, and you can expect that between 8 months to a year between from the first time they release it, they announce it, to the release date. What I posted is Nintendo is setting the expectation for Mario Day, where there will be no Nintendo Direct. There's never been a Direct in Mario Day. There's been like a little Mario Day, little video put together announcing Mario Day stuff, which is really cool. Like last year, I think we had that that airplane, the airplane that was Mario themed, like Mario Sunshine, which is really cool. That happened last year, but last year we didn't really get like that much stuff, right? We're counting down the weeks to Mario movie, which is, again, the Mario movie is the biggest thing happening right now. This is Nintendo's major focus. Nintendo will not shadow drop an announcement of a brand new 3D Mario on Mario Day on X. It's just not going to happen. The next announcement for if we get a 3D Mario, and I believe we can get a 3D Mario announcement this year. I wholeheartedly believe that this year we could get a 3D Mario announcement, but it's not going to be a shadow drop on Mario Day, okay? Unless Nintendo announces the Nintendo Direct soon after. But then again, we have the Mario movie still going on, so anything that happens, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen after the Mario movie. There's just so much going on, right? And so I said, I'm having trouble focus, like seeing Nintendo announce a Mario game with a little time from announcement to release. Right now, it is March, okay? So there are 9 months left in the year. 9 months. If there is a Nintendo Direct in this month, which guess what? I'm with everybody. I hope there is. There is a current rumor out there. I think a current rumor out there from Attack the Backlog's podcast with his guest. I think it's Nash Weedle, that they heard that either February or March. And so we are in March. We're in March. I'm not going to say anything against that, but I'll just tell you, it's a he say, he said, he said. That's a rumor. It's not a leak. It's a rumor, right? Rumors are hit and miss. Take it with a grain of salt. We don't know yet. All I can tell you is what I know based on what's out there already, based on analyzing what is out there right now. Like, I'm talking to you about what Nintendo just announced for Mario Day, right? And they are setting the expectation when they're announcing Mario Day, like with this much leeway. Okay, it is the 4th, the 10th is Mario Day, and so they're setting the expectation for what to expect on Mario Day. Will they have anything else? We'll find out and see. But if you ask me to provide an opinion on it when it comes to what I believe Nintendo will do on Mario Day, I think this is it. Accompanied by a new trailer for the Mario movie, which will push the hype to new levels when it comes to so getting that expectation high for the so if you ask me, I think that Nintendo is just setting the expectation for Mario Day. The most that we can get is a Mario movie trailer, and even I can go as far as to say they could drop the Mario Galaxy, Mario Sunshine for NSO, which could be their big title, the big title release for Mario Day. NSO, Mario Sunshine. Why do I say Mario Sunshine for NSO? Because that game is already Nintendo already announced Mario Sunshine coming to NSO. They announced it during the GameCube reveal. Back then when they first announced GameCube was coming to NSO. At the end of the trailer, they provided a list of games. Right, every game so far has made it. All those games in order or out of order, but those specific games have launched on NSO for GameCube. With the most recent one is Pokemon Gale, Paul Gale of Darkness, which was announced, like Pokemon fan just said, the Gale of Darkness coming out this month, right? That one was announced. I think that was, so there's 2 games listed. There's only 2 games on that list of games that Nintendo initially announced coming to NSO, the Mario Sunshine and Pokemon Colosseum. Let me know if I'm mistaken. The Pokemon Colosseum, has that been announced yet or not? I might be mistaken. So there's only 2 games missing from that launch lineup for GameCube to NSO: Mario Sunshine and Pokemon Colosseum. Those are the games that are yet to come to NSO. Now, Nintendo could bring the Mario Sunshine on Mario Day. To me, that makes the most sense. It does make the most sense to have Mario Sunshine on NSO. That would basically complete the All-Star. Remember the anniversary Super Mario All-Star 3D All-Stars collection, where they gave us Mario 64, they gave us Super Mario Galaxy and Sunshine. That would complete those 3 titles on NSO, because we already have Mario 64, we have Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 already on Nintendo Switch, and the only one missing from that collection will be Mario Sunshine. And so that game has already been announced for Nintendo Switch, GameCube, NSO. And that makes the most sense to me, a 3D Mario coming to Nintendo Switch in March, right? That's what I believe for Nintendo. Now, about a Nintendo Direct, specifically a Nintendo Direct, I think it's important for us to look at the calendar before we talk about that. I think it's important for us to look at Nintendo's calendar. When I mean Nintendo's calendar is their release schedule that it's already out there, right? And see how long do they have coverage for? Because if Nintendo doesn't have to give you a Direct, they won't give you a Direct. They will only show up when they need to. For example, if they have games all the way to a certain month, they don't have to give you a Direct or any information, because they have that much already covered, right? They will come in soon before that very last title comes out. That way they can continue to fill in the rest of the calendar. And now this has to do with their pattern with Nintendo Switch. But because we are now in Nintendo Switch 2, look at all the amazing titles third-party developers are bringing to Nintendo Switch 2. Resident Evil Requiem, Street Fighter. We have all these amazing titles. Indiana Jones. There's just so many crazy titles that were never going to run on Nintendo Switch, but now Nintendo Switch 2 is capable enough to run these titles, and you can expect new titles to fall on with Nintendo Switch day in day, right? At the same time, Nintendo could be adapting a new schedule model instead of releasing a game every single month. And the reason why they did that is because Nintendo Switch 1, it was lacking a little bit. It was lacking when it comes to third-party support. We have these impossible ports. We have these other older titles. And so I'm going to go ahead and now share with you this right here, this list right here, just so that I can kind of bring you up to date with what Nintendo has already announced so far. And then together we can pinpoint whether a Nintendo Direct in June makes sense. Now remember, there doesn't have to be a release in June. There doesn't have to be a release in June. If there is a Nintendo Direct in June, Nintendo can just maybe shadow drop a game on that day. They've done it before, and then that will be the June release. But there doesn't have to be a release in June. So far, here is the calendar we have for Nintendo. Starting with Pokemon Poptopia, which is coming out tomorrow, right? This month we have 2 titles already: Poptopia and the DLC for Mario Wonder, which is coming out on the 26th. Moving forward, next month is Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. Congratulations to all fans who are looking forward to that game. Finally, Tomodachi Life Living the Dream is coming out next month. That is the April game, April 16th. Now, if you notice, the very next game in the schedule is also stated for March. March. Spring. Okay. In the chat, if you can help me, this is a genuine question, a real question. When does spring end? When does the spring season end in the United States? Let me know in the chat. This is a genuine question. If you guys can look it up for me, when does spring end and summer begins? Technically, summer is technically summer. Obviously, summer is considered June because we have Summer Game Fest in June, first week of June. But realistically, when does summer actually begin? Does it begin in the first week of June, or does it begin in in the UK? Spring is March and April and May. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's keep it that way, right? Let's keep it that way. March, April and May, and Christopher says things is June 21st. So the official release, official end to summer is, let's say, June 21st. But in the gaming world, let's say that June is already summer, right? The next game to be announced or released. Now, this game is it's a spin-off. It's Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Okay, it's a Mario spin-off. Just like Christmas Peace Showtime, just like Toad Tracker, it's slated for spring. That release date could come in a Nintendo Today app announcement. Okay, that release date can come in a Nintendo Today app announcement. And so if that happens, Nintendo will just drop that date for May. Okay, for May of 2026, May of this year. Now, since we have a release date, we have a game coming out tomorrow. We have another game coming out we have another update for Mario Wonder on the 26th of this month. Then next month is Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, and then in May is Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Now, let me know. You guys think that it's very possible for Nintendo to release Yoshi and the Mysterious Book in May? Give that a release date. Which, by the way, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book could also have a release date. And mark this. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book can also have a release date on Mario Day. Why? Because if you have not noticed yet, Yoshi is one of the main characters, if not the main character, of Mario Galaxy, the movie. In the trailers, this is not a spoiler because it's in the trailers, Mario and Luigi got turned into babies. And so Yoshi is the one who is kind of taking them on their back, trying to turn them back into grown-ups. And so Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is a great game for Nintendo to release in May, because the movie comes out in March. Don't be surprised if Yoshi and the Mysterious Book comes out at either the beginning of April end of April or beginning of May. Beginning of May, because that is the game that Nintendo wants to push for the Mario movie. Yoshi's a big character in the Mario movie. We have a Yoshi and Mysterious Book also launching in the spring around the same time as the Mario movie. See, all of this stuff is this is analytical. This is you taking everything that is out there and just putting the pieces together. Not really guessing, but just looking at all the facts, like investigative journalism. And so that's what I do. I do investigative journalism. I look at patents. When everybody else takes patents and they take them to the side, trademarks, they take them to the side, I look at them in an analytical way, and I can tell you things that might be happening behind the scenes. And one of the things that you guys know that I say about patents is that patents don't always tell the whole story, right? They don't always tell the whole story. They only tell part of the story. Same thing with all this information. We don't have the full story. All we could do is put together everything we know so far and come up with a conclusion on what could happen next. That's how I got the Nintendo Direct Indie Showcase. That's how I saw the Virtual Boy. That's how I saw the games for Virtual Boy. It wasn't easy. It wasn't hard to say, okay, I am almost 100% sure that these Virtual Boy games are coming out next month because Nintendo announced a Virtual Boy. You know what I mean? It doesn't take a lot to do that. And so you guys let me know what you guys think in the chat. Let me know what your thoughts are. You know, do you think is more possible now that we might see a Nintendo Direct in June, which, by the way, it's not that far away. It's not that far away. Not that far away. If you focus on Pokemon Poptopia, which, by the way, is going to be a time it's going to be a time killer for everybody. That game is doing great. It's going to be one of the ultimate addicting games of all time. And you know, if you take that Pokemon Poptopia, then Mario Wonder, the DLC, then Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Oh, Tomodachi Life, by the way, if you are a Tomodachi Life player, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. You know, you take all these games into account, and you come to think about it, by the time Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is out, by the time the Mario movie is out, because you just put the Mario movie right before Mario Wonder. Just plant the Mario movie right before Mario Wonder, right before Tomodachi Life. The Mario movie fits right in there. So we have Mario movie, Tomodachi Life, Yoshi Mysterious Book getting a release date, and then soon after, Nintendo announces the Direct for June if they announce it ahead of time. You know, so it's you know, it's always great to look at things, but always set the expectation. Make sure that, you know, that it's fun to speculate. It's fun to analyze. I think that if we do that, if we speculate and we analyze, you know, we speculate and we analyze. Let's see here. We analyze, but we take into account everything Nintendo has been doing, right? We don't just kind of randomly speculate just for because of our own, because it's easy to get lost in what we want, right? What we want, and to reject things because it's not what we want to hear. Let me know in the chat if you agree with that. Sometimes we hear things, and sometimes because it's not what we want to hear, we right away dismiss it, right? And so it's good to listen to speculation. It's good to listen to as long as it's accompanied by some type of fact, some type of history, something that tells you that looks very, very plausible. That looks like it could happen because it really does fall into Nintendo's you know, behavior from the past. So that's what we're doing here. You know, that's what we do here. We speculate, but we also kind of compare to what Nintendo has done in the past in order to come up with a conclusion. And when you really look at it, it doesn't really sound far-fetched, because what we're doing is pointing out what Nintendo is doing and putting the pieces together. You know? So if you ask me again, I believe Nintendo, the Nintendo Direct is going to be this June, but I believe that it's not like the end of the world if it's in June, because there's already things happening. There's games that are announced that if we just kind of focus on what's next, in no time whatsoever, that Direct is going to be here, and it could be one of the best Directs that we have seen. Okay, now I can go into what I think Nintendo might show. If you guys want me to talk to you guys about what do I think Nintendo might show in this Nintendo Direct, let me know in chat with emojis. So with emojis, if you want me to share that information, like what do you think? What do you think? Like, what do I think Nintendo will show in that Direct? And then when do I think these games might come out? Let me know in chat if you guys want me to share that information, and I will. But I presented the case. The case for June, right? And so there's a lot to look forward to. That's the most important part. As Nintendo fans, there is so much to look forward to, that if we focus on what's next, what's happening right now, like the Poptopia, Super Mario Wonder, Tomodachi Life, if none of these games are for you, look on the third party side, right? Look on the third party side, and then fill in these calendar months with third party bigger titles. And if none of that's for you, look into the indie games, and then fill these calendars up with what's out there in the indie sphere for you. And when you think about it, in no time, June is here. In no time, June is here, and we're on our way to a big Nintendo Direct. Now, let me tell you what I think really quickly. The next Nintendo Direct will happen, and I'm gonna start with the 3D Mario. I'll start out with the next 3D Mario. What I think. Let's see here real quick. So I think it will have the next 3D Mario. Let me you want to take it here quickly. I do think that the next Nintendo Direct will have the next 3D Mario. But you might not like this other piece of information. If June is the next 3D Mario game, then I really feel, realistically speaking, that 2027 will be the next 3D Mario game. And this is because Nintendo normally gives about 8 months to a year. About 8 months to a year from initial announcement for a big 3D Mario to release, right? From initial to because what they'll do is that they spread that promotional period over a couple of directs, giving you more information. They'll do a treehouse. They'll do a lot of things to promote this big 3D Mario. And if this is the biggest Mario game, right? If this is the biggest Mario game they have ever done, and this is the Mario game for Nintendo Switch 2, the one they want to make sure that everyone plays, then you can expect you can expect that 3D Mario to have a proper announcement, a proper teaser, proper announcement, and ongoing promotion. not just announced and 2 months later released. Not with Mario. Nintendo is never going to do that with Mario. Nintendo is gonna, first thing, remember, in June there's only 6 months left for the year to end. There's only 6 months left, and for the holiday season from June, there's just maybe like 3 to 4 months, 4 months to fall within the holiday season release. So if Nintendo does announce a 3D Mario for this June, it's for next year. It's for next year. Another thing, we have games like okay. Let's have some fun. Games that are possible that Nintendo could announce in June and can make it to the holiday season for them to be the holiday game, because there's a possibility that we are going to get a holiday game. Do we have time for it to be a big giant 3D Mario if it's announced in June? I don't think so. But there are other titles that could very well fit the narrative there. How about Mario Maker 3? Mario Maker 3 is a title that is made for Nintendo Switch 2. And believe it or not, Mario Maker 3 makes more sense for Nintendo to drop within the first 2 years. For the first year is going to be in June now. So within the first year and a half of Nintendo Switch 2, because of the mouse control. The biggest feature of Nintendo Switch 2 is the mouse controls. And so Nintendo dropping a Mario Maker 3 before a Mario 3D game, but still announcing the Mario 3D game for they announced the Mario 3D game, but then they have Mario Maker 3 launching on Nintendo Switch this holiday season, and then make it a Mario 3D Maker, like add Mario 3D into it, elements from Mario 3D, right? And so add more boss battles, add Bowser's Fury in there, add Mario Wonder into the mix with the Wonder Flower. Can you imagine making a 3D Mario game within Mario Maker with the Wonder Flower? And then think about all the crazy levels that people are going to make online, the unlimited potential for Mario Maker 3 with the Nintendo Switch 2. It's like getting a 3D Mario, right? But getting it in the most creative way. It makes so much more sense because Nintendo Switch 2 has the perfect features to make Mario Maker incredible on Switch 2 and sell like crazy. That is the most real. I think that is the more realistic game to arrive this holiday season, and a game that Nintendo could give a short window from announcement to release, because it's not a mainline Mario, it's not a mainline Zelda. Think about this. Mainline Zeldas are never given a small release window. Remember what happened with The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom? It was announced in June and it was released soon after, the same year. And because Mario, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and again, I'm talking to you guys with facts, with prior information from what happened in the past to pinpoint what's happening right now. Mario, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom was a really cute game, right? But it wasn't that big giant Zelda game, 3D Zelda game that Nintendo announces a year and releases 3 years later, and gives us this Zelda Direct on top of Zelda Direct, on top of gameplay, on top of Luma playing there's this big buildup that has to happen for major titles like that big next Mario, that next big Zelda. And so with that in mind, We have to, we have to kind of think about that before me is Apple. Wait, I'm talking to you guys here. I'm actually ordering a pizza because I got a text message from my daughter if I could order pizza. So I'm doing it right now for them. And so while I'm talking to you guys, I'm ordering pizza. Let's see here. Oh, I forgot something. Okay, right. So yeah, that's the other option, right? The other option for a holiday game is it's either a Zelda game, Mario game like Mario Maker, a Zelda game, but not a mainline Mario game or a Zelda game. What if the game for this season is a remake of some Zelda game, right? Top-down remake like Link's Awakening, Echoes of Wisdom. That could actually serve as a new game for the holiday season. There's so many ways that Nintendo could go with that I think would actually be good for this holiday season. It doesn't really have to be like the next big giant Mario game. This holiday season, we could see a game like that one. Let's see here. I am paying for. Okay, we got that. All right, taking off my glasses. All right, awesome. All right, I just ordered a pizza. Okay. So again, the next Nintendo Direct will it will have this holiday season game. Again, there's another game that's also out there that Nintendo hasn't really. I'm having pizza. I just ordered a pizza. Yes, extra cheese. I did. So there's another game that is out there, has been announced, and could be giving a release date for this holiday season, and could very well be this year's holiday game. I'm talking about Splatoon Raiders. Okay, we don't know yet how big Splatoon Raiders are. We know that it's a side game, right? It's within the Splatoon universe, but it's another game. It's an action adventure game, and Splatoon Raiders could end up being bigger than anybody anticipates, and enough to drive a holiday season. And that's the type of game where Nintendo could really announce also in June and release in November and make that the big holiday title. When it comes to holiday games, Nintendo could go different routes, but realistically speaking, we can never expect Nintendo to announce a major title. When I mean a major title is the driving force behind their systems, the big giant Mario, the big Nick Zelda, and so that is what I believe when it comes to the Nintendo Direct. Of course, there are other titles that need release dates. We have Rhythm Haven Groove for Nintendo Switch 1, which looks like to be the last Nintendo Switch game, first party title game, releasing also later this month. Okay, check this out. Let's go ahead and fill in the calendar right now, and look how easy it's gonna be. Okay, let's go ahead and fill in the calendar right now, and check out how easy it's gonna be. Let me go ahead and go back to the press website here and show you guys. Let me go ahead and show you guys. We're gonna fill in the calendar right now. Fill in the calendar with Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. Okay, and you're gonna see how easy it's gonna be to fill out. All right, here it is. Let me go ahead and put this again. This one. Okay, at the calendar. All right, so we have the schedule. All right, so far, look at the schedule. Okay, we have Pokemon Poptopia coming out next week. Super Mario Wonder coming out later this month. Next month is Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. All right, May. Let's have a May game. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book in May. April. Okay, May. Let's say in June, we have a Nintendo Direct. Don't underestimate Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem is a major title. Fire Emblem Fortune Weave is a major title. It's a good seller for Nintendo. It's a Nintendo game that, if you like, history says we have never seen a Fire Emblem title, a mainline Fire Emblem new title outside of a Nintendo Direct. And that's you can go back 10 years and you'll never find a mainline Fire Emblem title either announced initially or given a release date outside of a Nintendo Direct. Now we have the Today app, and that changes things. But with Fire Emblem, Nintendo likes to go big with them, and they also like to announce these collector's edition packages with extra accessories and posters and calendars and amiibo figures and pins. These collector's edition for a Fire Emblem game, right? So Fire Emblem, we have Rhythm Haven Group is another title, okay? And Splatoon Raiders. Now let's go ahead and assign up. Let's go ahead and assign a month to each of these games. All right, so let's say, we got Yoshi in May. Let's say June, we do have a Nintendo Direct happening in June, right? Let's say June, Nintendo Direct. What do we get in June? Fire Emblem release date later in the year. Rhythm Haven release date later in the year. Splatoon Raiders release date later in the year. Those are already 3 months out of the year. And so removing June, let's say June, we don't have a release date, but we might have a shadow drop, who knows? But those are already 3 titles in the next 6 in the latter half of the year. Fire Emblem could be a major hitter for, let's say, August, right? Or October. We could have Rhythm Haven Groove. Also another title, I'd say for September. This one a little closer. Splatoon Raiders. Splatoon Raiders could also be a good game for December, right? There's another title that could be announced in this June Direct and also come out in October. Luigi's Mansion 4. Luigi's Mansion 4 is the type of title that we could get an announcement date in June and an October 31st release, on October 20th release, October release. It's a side game for Mario. It's a big franchise. People love Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion 4 is another big title that could technically be considered the holiday release title because it's in October, like towards the end of October, November, right? So there's a lot of ways Nintendo could take this year, and Luigi's Mansion 4 would be a big hitter, which will make a lot of fans happy this year, especially if it's for Nintendo Switch 2. So you can expect that game to be even bigger than the prior Luigi's Mansion games. Multiplayer, bigger. I'm not sure if they're gonna they're gonna go back to a mansion, go back to a hotel, wherever they decide to go. I know they're gonna go bigger with that. They can go Luigi's Mansion and take you on a haunted town, a ghost town. Make that game not open world but open zoned, where it's more of a ghost town rather than just a building, right? And so there's just so many ways they can take Luigi's Mansion and make it bigger for Switch 2. And it's another title that falls within the category of short release windows, just like Echoes of Wisdom was. You know, and so already we have games that have been announced, have not yet been given a release date, can be given a release date for the latter half of the year, and then we got possible titles like Mario Maker 3, which would be I personally believe it makes more sense than a 3D Mario with the Switch 2. Because we're getting a 3D Mario, we're getting if they do make a Mario Maker 3 and they do add 3D Mario to it, and they do add Mario Wonder to it, it's gonna be a massive title. It's like we're getting a 3D Mario, a new Mario Wonder, a new side scroller. We get to play all the levels that you guys make, the crazy levels. I mean, Mario Maker is a YouTube channel builder. We have channels that have been built on just playing levels from other people. That's how big that game is, you know. Yeah, Just Dance is from Ubisoft. I think it was from Ubisoft. That's another game that could work out, right? But from first party Nintendo titles, Mario Maker 3, Luigi's Mansion 4, there's just so many titles. A new Zelda game, you cannot rule out a new Zelda top-down game. It doesn't have to be a mainline big 3D Zelda game. It could be a game like Echoes of Wisdom was, a 3D a remake of A Link to the Past, A Link Between Worlds, a Triforce Heroes. There was a trademark for Triforce Heroes, by the way. Trademark for Triforce Heroes. And so we are also celebrating the 40th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda this June. And that's something I haven't even brought up. The announcements for that Legend of Zelda 40th anniversary also falls within the calendar year. And so that's another point that you can add to the rest of this year, you know. Zelda, a Zelda remake, a top-down Zelda remake, because Onuma did say they will continue to make those games together. They will make the open world Zelda games, and they will continue to make the top-down games like Echoes of Wisdom. They're gonna continue to make those games, and so Echoes of Wisdom, they made it with the same engine as Link's Awakening, and they already have the engine done. That game could very well come soon. It could be a remake of an older title, or it could be a brand new game like Echoes of Wisdom was for Nintendo, right? So these top-down Zelda games don't necessarily have to be remakes. Echoes of Wisdom was a brand new title, was also canon, and it's also part of the, it's not like it's also canon and part of the timeline. So there's just so much. Good pepperoni, New York style. You guys talking about pizza? My favorite kind of pizza, it is New York style pepperoni. But yeah, my friends, I guess again, this is all, like I said, educated speculation. Educated speculation means I look for research, I put things together, I analyze. I don't come up with conclusions based on how I feel. I come up with conclusions based on how things are and how things look, because I think that's the only way we could set the right expectation and not be let down later on, right? I'm not against a 3D Mario being announced this year and coming out next year. As soon as my eyes lock in with 3D Mario, that first trailer, I'm already excited. I'm already looking forward to it. When is it coming out? Oh, it's coming out in 2027. Great. That's next year. We're going to play it next year. That's how my brain works. As soon as I lock in with that next title, it like right now, Pokemon Winds and Waves. right? Didn't that game look beautiful? You know, it looked fantastic. Pokemon wins in waves. It's the mainline. It's a Gen 10 Pokemon game we've been waiting for so long. It's already on the way. It's coming out next year. We know what to expect now. You know, it's real, right? It's not a myth. It's not a rumor. It's real. It's been officially announced. And yeah, that's why, you know, just save this live stream. You can clip whichever part of it you think you want to save, so you can come back and look at it and say, okay, this is Mike's analysis for the year, and this is what he said what might happen or might, you know. And so then when things happen, you can go ahead and come back and compare, take notes, compare what happened. And at the end, you know, when you set the right expectation, you never let yourself down. You never let yourself down. Now, if I wanted clicks, if I wanted to grow this channel, become a 100,000 subscriber channel in the middle of the night, then yeah, I'm gonna fill your eyes and your ears with dreams. I'm gonna fill your eyes and your ears with unrealistic expectations and hope you and then bring your hype level all the way to the top, because I'm gonna tell you exactly what you want to hear for you to hit that subscribe button and for you to hit that like button. But it's not like that here. It's not like that here. I cannot in good conscience tell you, even though you want to hear it and it's gonna make you feel good temporarily, and it's gonna make you hit that subscribe button and then push my channel to 100K subscribers, and then hopefully forget that I got it wrong, and hopefully forget that I told you something's gonna happen that wasn't gonna happen, and you stay subscribed, right? I just can't. I can't do that to you. I can't do that to you. What I can promise you is that I will completely be. I will be 100% with you. I'll be upfront with you. I will do as much research. Like again, you can rewind this live stream, see all the research I've done, all the analysis we've done here to break down why things are the way they are. And I can promise you more of this. That's what I can promise you. More of this, more analysis, more breakdowns, and more educated speculation, not guarantees, not promises, but things that really could help you, you know, set the right expectation, and also give you a little bit of entertainment while you wait, right? Give you a little bit of entertainment while you wait for that next big game, right? So let's go ahead and start our Q&A. Let's go ahead and start our Q&A. I'm going to be taking 10 questions in. I got only 10 questions of 10 questions. Time for 10 questions before the pizza gets here. So let me go ahead and go over to the chat really quickly here. 10 questions before my pizza gets here. So just make sure to at Mike Odyssey, okay? Whether you're watching on X, whether you're watching on YouTube, on Twitch, or on Facebook, make sure to add Mike Odyssey, and your question will come through, and I can highlight here. So go ahead and go ahead and ask your question now. I'm gonna take the next minute to highlight questions. And once the queue is closed. So go ahead and ask away. It doesn't have to be a question. It can also be a comment. It could be your very own kind of all right. I will answer that question for Janmar. I mean, the question could be related to anything. It could be a pizza related question. So go ahead and ask away. Questions about the news today, what we spoke about today. It could be questions about the channel. It could be comments. It could be statements. But make sure if you want me to highlight and read your statement, you just have to at Mike Odyssey, because that lets me know, okay, that is a statement meant to be highlighted and to be read, and I can give you guys, I can give you my input on that statement. All right. So yeah, so far I got let's see, I got 5 questions. We got 5 more questions left. 5 more questions left, and then we will do the Q&A with that. You guys are talking. You guys are talking about pizza. Pineapple. Ooh, no. All right. Let's see here. I think I got yours, Power Man. Let's see. Yes, Power Man, I did get you. I did get your question. All right. If there are no other questions, I can go ahead and proceed with the ones I have. All right. So going once. Questions or comments going once. Questions or comments going once. Make sure that you at Mike Odyssey if it's a question or comment. Going once. Questions or comments going twice. Questions or comments going twice. And that is going to be the Q&A. All right, let me go ahead and start the Q&A now. Bring over here. All right, so Power Mad UK says, has there ever been an Indie Direct and a Nintendo Direct in the same month? I can look up. I can actually get you that information right now. That's a good question. That is a great question. Let's see here. All right. Let me go ahead and tell you exactly when if there has been. When was that? All right. So okay. To answer your question, no. There has been an Indie Directs Partner Showcase and Indie World in the same month, but never a Nintendo Direct. Never a Nintendo Direct. Yeah, never a Nintendo Direct and together at the same month. So Indie World and Partner Showcase, yes, together, but never a Nintendo Direct and Indie World in the same month. There has been, by the way, a Nintendo Direct in 2018, 2019. Nintendo did do some type of direct or announcement in during GDC, the Game Developers Conference. That was in 2018, 2019. Again, that was under another leadership, and that was also Switch. That was also very near the Switch 1's release date time frame, and never again in after 2020 and till today. So, but never an Indie World Showcase and a Nintendo Direct full direct. So that's a good question. All right. Let's see here. How far are you in Leaf Green? Well, I am. Let me tell you. Let's see here. I am at the start screen, like right in the start screen. So yeah, I am. I'm at the start screen. I haven't started yet. I downloaded the game, but I have not started. I'm not started it yet. So I'm still at the beginning, at the start screen. All right, Janmar 2097s, Canadian bacon and pineapple pizza. Did Janmar just say pizza and pineapple in the same sentence? Because I don't know how to say. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. I think the worst thing after that is the worst thing after that would be mint chocolate. The worst thing after that would be mint chocolate. Chocolate mint. Ugh. No, not a thing. Not a thing. So yeah. All right, let's go ahead to the next question. What if it's Luigi's Mansion 4? That would be phenomenal. Luigi's Mansion 4 is amazing. I will love Luigi's Mansion 4, and that is it's more likely than a 3D Mario game. Luigi's Mansion 4, right? My two, if you would ask me, my two picks for this holiday season will be a Luigi's Mansion 4 or Mario Maker 3. Luigi's Mansion 4 or Mario Maker 3. Speaking of indie, when's the next Indie Mania coming? In June. So the next Indie Mania is scheduled to be on July 3rd. July 3rd, 2026, this summer, for Indie Mania. If you guys didn't know, we run a show called Indie Mania, of course, dedicated to indie developers all over the world. We've been doing it now for 2 years. This is our third year running with amazing developers, bigger companies. Two of the developers in the indie showcase for Nintendo were part of Indie Mania last year, which is super fun and awesome. I mean, send Mike the chocolate mint. No. That's not a thing. It's not a thing. It should not exist. It's not. This doesn't go together. This doesn't go. It just does not go. All right. Guess what, guys? That I think is gonna do it for today. Let me check on the pizza to see how things are. Okay, so delivery driver is on its way. Okay. The pizza's on its way. The pizza's coming. No, not the pizza. Pizza's getting cold. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. I appreciate you guys. Make sure to hit the like button on the stream. Make sure to hit if you're watching on X, on YouTube. We have a high watch of 327 concurrent watchers in this live stream. Thank you, all of you, for your time. I appreciate you so much. I will see you in the next adventure here at the Odyssey. But before I let you go, 1, never give up. And 2, I'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow, same time, same hour, and same bat channel, same bat time. Never give up. Peace.